apprehension. Suspense thickens as Tinubu moves to meet influential former president on Wednesday, August 17. Daily Trust reports that Obasanjo and Tinubu will be meeting at the former's residence in Abeokuta, Ogun State. According to Kunle Shomorin, the chief press secretary to the Ogun State Governor Dakpo Abiodun, the meeting between the two politicians is part of Tinubu's ongoing consultation and fence mending process. Okay, so from what we can say, it seems like it is from Tinubu's side, because we've also seen that, Obasanjo has given his opinion and is given his, I guess, endorsement to Peter Obi, and also he has also talked about the other presidential candidate that shall not be named, in ways that may not necessarily be the positives. So Shomer in a statement said, learned that the presidential candidate of APC, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, will be visiting Abeokuta, Ogun State today. He's scheduled to visit President Olusegun Obasanjo at 10 a.m. and address the people at MKO Abiola International Stadium immediately after. And so, in another statement, the Ogun State chairman for the APC, Yemi Sanusi, urged all EXCO members and party chairmen to attend the meeting promptly. In his words, Asiwaju visits Ogun State. This is to inform you that the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, will be visiting Abeokuta, Ogun State today, Wednesday, August 17, 2022. All EXCO members and party chairmen are to attend promptly. Time 10 a.m. Okay, we'll see how it goes. I mean, at the end of the day, we have to then, if any statement would come out from Obasanjo himself, then that is what people will be looking forward to sort of see where he stands and what will happen. But again, I guess be neutral and not necessarily put a lot of pressure to expect a certain outcome, because you may just end up hurting yourself and your and you may, listen, Nigerians are very much used to disappointment, so we will see. First opinion, Obasanjo will tell him the truth. That is, as age mates, their time is past. And it is time to support younger, smarter candidates and also ensure national balance of age, if anything. Well, Baba Obasanjo is the grandpa of the obedient children. So Bas should not bother himself with this, and no negotiation, a futile venture. Obasanjo is the originator of the obedient. The originator? I don't necessarily think so. I mean, obviously he has given his support, and he's spoken several times in favor of Obi, but I don't. If you say the originator, then I must disagree on that. Obasanjo entitled to one vote. So also me, nobody can choose who to vote for me. Hence saying that, whatever Obasanjo says, of course, he does have the influence, but he's entitled to one vote. And so is this individual. So whatever he says, none of her business, as this person has said, which, good energy. Obasanjo will just tell him to resign and support Peter Obi. Well, for somebody who believes that it is their turn, I don't necessarily think any amount of, convincing will do the work. He seems very much desperate, and maybe one of his life's ambitions to become president of this nation. Of course, has used Lagos, I guess, as his, practicing stage. Obasanjo will not pity you. He has served Atiku breakfast, and his lunch is going to serve you yourself. It is allowed. There is no harm in consultation, as this is an integral part of campaign. But in the end, let the man who means well for Nigerians win. Vote wisely, guys. Exactly. So, even if your favorite politician or, whoever it is, or your favorite candidate goes and visits hundreds of people listen, Nigerians know what they want, and that should be the only reason why they should unite and vote for who they want to vote for. But really, we shouldn't let anything sway our votes. And I think, to be honest, as much as you can argue of who your favorite is, and if people are seeing your perspective, doesn't really matter. We should have grown past the point of convincing anybody to vote for. If you're voting, you're an adult. So if based on your experience in Nigeria and based on what you also want to achieve or what you believe is best for you and what your president should serve you, then vote for who you want to vote for. Trying to convince anybody at this time of who they should vote for is, again, a futile effort. And again, listen, you don't have to convince anybody when a change needs to be made. Everybody understands and knows what the rule or what the agenda is. So it shouldn't take much, if anything, because right now we're just anticipating. So what could the results of this be? What would be said? Why did he now bow to go and visit Baba Obasanjo? I think he has visitors Abeokuta before now. I'm not necessarily sure, but okay. Please, Baba, any day that he chose to come visiting, tell him that you are in your farm working. I thought Obi was criticized for meeting Obasanjo and others. So what are the critics? What do I have to say about this meeting? Well, who are the critics? Is it what the media itself intentionally manufactures for people to just follow a narrative and judge? Listen, the critics. At the end of the day, when everyone comes out to vote, we'll see who the critics are and who's stronger than what, whose influence is stronger. Listen, this online thing, of course, it is very much helpful and reliable to push a narrative or to gain support and all. Absolutely, go for it. Amazing, yes. But the real work comes out when people go register for their voters cards and actually come out to vote. That is literally where all the work has to be put into, all energy has to be put into that. And again, have your decisions, because really right now, as with politics and sensitive matters, discussing who you're going to vote for and all that, it causes a lot of issues. Families are fighting, friends are literally disowning one another. It's gonna get very much intense. So the worst, I guess, is yet to come. Obasanjo will tell him the truth because he's a father to the nation. Well, there've been several comments saying that Obasanjo would just advise, you know what, go and rest, it's okay. But then again, Obasanjo, Tinubu, who believes and is very entitled to believe that it is his turn, will probably give a rebuttal and say, excuse me, you have been president. What of me? You can't say that. You have been president. If you analyze this post very closely, you will discover two important details. One is the selective use of colloquial abstract representation of normative words, only to the distinction of, okay, this person is about to waste my time. Imagine, the comment ends with the second is that I don't know what I'm saying, and you have just wasted about 10 seconds, you see? Not doing that. Put what you think about it in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.